Now I want to ask you a question. What if I told you that the 8 glasses of water you drink every day might not be helping you as much as you think? You feel low on energy in the afternoon, notice your skin looks a bit dull, or suffer from unexplained headaches. You blame stress, work, or a lack of sleep, but you almost never point to the real source of the problem. Most people make a fundamental mistake when hydrating, a silent mistake that prevents them from accessing the vitality their body craves. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I will not only reveal what that mistake is, but I will also give you a simple method to start noticing a real change. But first, you have to understand why you keep making the same errors over and over again. The hydration myths that are harming you. We think drinking water is simple. Open the bottle, drink, and you're done. But the reality is much more complex. Think about this. Does chugging a liter of water in the morning make up for the rest of the day? Is ice-cold water really that refreshing for your system? And what about drinking right after a large meal? These actions, which seem harmless, could be sabotaging your digestion, depleting your minerals, and overloading your kidneys. It's not about the amount of water you drink, but the intelligence with which you drink it. Your body is an incredibly precise biological system. Every cell, every organ, from your brain to your skin, depends on a perfect water balance. When you understand how to give your body what it needs, the way it needs it, you stop just drinking water and start practicing conscious hydration. And that small difference is what changes everything. But what exactly are the practices that are holding you back? The 9 hidden saboteurs of your hydration. Let's identify the habits that, without you knowing it, are keeping you from feeling 100%. First mistake, relying on thirst. Thirst isn't a reminder. It's an emergency alarm. By the time you feel it, your body is already in a state of dehydration. Waiting to feel thirsty is like waiting for the engine to smoke before adding oil. Second mistake, the morning flood. Drinking a massive amount of water at once doesn't hydrate you. It saturates your kidneys, forcing them to expel the excess along with valuable minerals like sodium and potassium. Third mistake, hydrating only for exercise. Your body needs water to think, to digest, to regulate its temperature. Preparing your body with constant hydration is key, not just replacing what you lose when you sweat. Fourth mistake, the shock of ice-cold water. That refreshing feeling can come at a cost. Very cold water can constrict the blood vessels in your stomach, hindering digestion and nutrient absorption. Fifth mistake, diluting your food. Drinking large amounts of liquid right after eating dilutes your gastric acids, slowing down the digestive process and causing bloating and heaviness. Sixth mistake, ignoring edible water. Fruits and vegetables like cucumber, watermelon, or strawberries contain structured water, rich in electrolytes, which your body absorbs much more efficiently than plain water. Seventh mistake, drinking without a plan. Leaving your hydration to chance is a recipe for forgetting. Your body and mind thrive on routines. Eighth mistake, the false hydrators. Sodas, processed juices, and energy drinks don't hydrate. Their high sugar and chemical content forces your body to use its own water reserves to process them, leaving you more dehydrated than before. Ninth mistake, using water to silence hunger. Water is a vehicle for nutrients, not a substitute for them. Using it to ignore your body's hunger signals creates biological stress that will eventually take its toll. Identifying these mistakes is the first step. The next is to take action. Now I will reveal how you can turn the situation around. Your 7-day plan for transformational hydration. Forget everything else and focus on this simple protocol. Day 1, the dawn ritual. Before anything else touches your lips, drink a glass of room temperature water. If you like, add a few drops of lemon. You're activating your digestive system and cleansing your body from the very first moment. Day 2, the conscious rhythm. Don't drink out of thirst. Drink by a schedule. Set reminders on your phone every 90 minutes or 2 hours. You don't need a full glass, just a few sips to maintain a constant flow. Day 3, prepare for digestion. Drink a glass of water about 30 minutes before your main meals, not during or immediately after. This prepares your stomach for optimal digestion. Day 4, incorporate living hydration. Make sure to include at least 1 serving of a high water content fruit or vegetable in your diet. A slice of melon, a handful of strawberries, or a few slices of cucumber. Day 5, moderate the temperature. Get used to drinking room temperature water throughout the day. Save cold water for moments of intense heat or exercise, but don't make it your default. Day 6. The activity companion. If you're going to be active, whether walking or at the gym, hydrate before, during, and after. Sipping small amounts continuously is much more effective than chugging water at the end. Day 7. The self-assessment. Today is the day to listen. How do you feel? Is your energy level more stable? Is your mind clearer? Pay attention to the signals. And speaking of signals, how do you know if this plan is really working? Your body is constantly talking to you. You just need to learn how to interpret its language. The signs your body is finally hydrated. After this week, look for these internal clues. The clearest indicator, your urine. It should be a pale yellow color. If it's completely clear, you might be drinking too much. If it's dark, you still need to improve. The skin test. Gently pinch the skin on the back of your hand. If it snaps back immediately, you're in good shape. If it takes a moment to return, it's a sign of dehydration. Energy without crashes. Do you notice you reach the end of the day with more vitality? Constant fatigue is one of the first symptoms of poor hydration, mental clarity. If the brain fog has started to lift and you feel more focused, it's a clear sign your brain is getting the water it needs to function properly. Regular and effortless digestion. Water is essential for intestinal transit. Smooth digestion is synonymous with a well-hydrated body. True hydration is not a chore. It's a constant, silent conversation with your body. It's an act of self-care that rewards you with clarity, energy, and well-being. Now that you have the knowledge, the choice is yours.